Now, I could be upset that the Hawks lost tonight, again, to a rival team, again. I could be disappointed that the Blackhawks got shut out at home. I could be upset that it came at the hands of Jake Allen, who has 2 shutouts this year, both against the Blackhawks, and both in the United Center. I could be upset that for the first time in franchise history, the Blues have swept the regular season series against the Hawks. I could be upset about a lot of things the Blackhawks did tonight. But those things are not what I'm most upset about. What I'm most upset about is the broadcast. This historic broadcast featuring an all-women's crew on International Women's Day. I'm upset that it got shown... I'm upset that it got relegated to NBC Sports Network. I'm upset that it got shown to a couple 100,000 people who would already be watching the hockey game, instead of 6-ish million people if it was on NBC. I'm upset that we couldn't take advantage of this moment to inspire millions of young women around the league and the insane media that would generate for the week across the many frickin' Today shows or whatever. We missed that opportunity, and I'm upset about that. I'm upset that we decided, and by we I mean NBC and Comcast, that shows, pre-recorded shows, featuring recycled content and ideas and jokes, are getting shown instead of a live historic moment like this. Like, what are we doing here? Do we really even care? Because it seems like we're just half-assing it. Much like the Hawks as of late. That's why I'm upset. I'm upset that we wasted this opportunity. Was the broadcast perfect? No, of course not. It's not like they've done a crap ton of games together where they could work out their kinks. No, they're going to make mistakes. It happens. But that's not the point. We can do better. And by we, I mean the people in charge. That's what I'm upset about.
Wow. You have to get up, do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on. I make go records, baby. I'm liking this.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. Blackhawks just completed the 69th game of their regular season, and it wasn't very nice. Blackhawks get shut out by the Blues by a score of 2-0. Corey Crawford in net for the Hawks for his 9th straight start, and considering the results of these last 2 games, you gotta imagine Malcolm Subban's gonna get in at some point, probably for a couple games in these last 13 games of the season. Now, if you weren't aware, the Ice Hogs signed Nalimov to a professional tryout. Nalimov is a goaltender prospect that we've had the rights to for a couple of years now. He's been over in the KHL over in Russia. He's had some good seasons, had some not so good seasons. It'll be interesting to see how he transitions to North American ice. But I think that's just another sign in terms of how the Blackhawks see Subban fitting into their organization for the long term, and in my opinion, it's pretty much not at all. And I think that was always the idea. I think the reason they got Subban in that trade that featured Robin Lehner going to Vegas is that, well, the Hawks needed a backup for the rest of the year and didn't really want to take Delia or Lankinen away from Rockford. So Vegas also needed to get rid of him. They weren't going to carry 3 goaltenders, so I think that's why Subban ultimately came here. I don't think the Blackhawks ever really imagined re-signing Subban after this year. Subban will just be a free agent and he'll sign somewhere. The Hawks have some goaltender questions coming up in the offseason here. I don't think Subban's going to be part of that. Crawford most likely will. Backup will remain to be seen, whether it's Delia or Lankinen or somebody else. We'll see. But you got to still imagine that Subban's going to get some starts coming up here. First period in this one was not very interesting. Pretty much a barn burner. Each team was 7 shots on goal total. So we'll move on to the second period, which was a little bit more interesting and feisty. Second period, the Blackhawks played much better, even though they gave up a goal in that second period, but that was more due to some puck luck going the way of the Blues, puck just bouncing all over the place. Now, the Hawks didn't really help themselves out. They definitely had some opportunities to kind of clear the puck out, and they didn't. Puck bouncing around, finds Bortuzzo's stick, and he finds a way to put it past Crawford. Blues up 1-0. And then after that, things started to get a bit chippy. Boquist got the butt end of a stick in his face, which led to a big scrap. Kajula and Dunn, I believe, were at it. I love the heart of Kajula, don't get me wrong, but a guy like Kajula who's had multiple concussions, I'd rather not see him fight. But I love the energy he brought. I love the fact that it should have energized the Hawks, and they got a power play out of it. It was looking like it was going to be a major for the butt end going into Boquist's face. Boquist wouldn't return to the game after that. Dealing with some injuries his last two games, some unfortunate injuries. I'd like to see the young guy not get injured, but yeah, so the Hawks had a power play after that. It got reduced to just a minor penalty, so 2-minute minor power play, and the Hawks had 4 power plays in this game and could barely register a shot. If you're looking at a reason why the Hawks didn't win this game, or at least didn't put up a whole lot of a fight, that would be probably the biggest reason. Power play, just like all season, was awful. So the Blues have a 1-0 lead going into the third period, and if you want to look at positives from this game, it would be the fact that the Blackhawks didn't give up 4 goals in the third period like they did 2 other times against the Blues. If you remember, Blackhawks had a 3-goal third period lead and a 2-goal second period lead, and both times gave up 4 goals in the third period to the Blues to lose in regulation. If you want to talk about getting swept in the regular season by a team and the reasons why, it would be those 2 games. Games that you should have found a way to close out, games that you should have won, and you lost. Those are the reasons why you got swept in a regular season series. Not a game like tonight. Hawks don't give up 4 goals tonight, but they do give up a goal in the third period, and it was, well, because of just a god-awful turnover in the defensive zone, something we've said and seen a lot this year. Nylander with the puck on the breakout. This is an automatic breakout. There's not a whole lot of pressure. Good teams can easily break out from this. But Nylander decides to make a toe drag move at his own blue line, and it gets stolen from him. And it leads to basically Pietrangelo having a wide open net. You can't do that. Not in the NHL. Not really in any league. It's just hockey 101. It's just basics. This is an automatic breakout. But not automatic enough for the Hawks, apparently. That makes it 2-0, and that pretty much seals the deal. If the Hawks can't hold on to a 3-goal third period lead or a 2-goal second period lead against the Blues, they're not coming back from 2 goals down. Blues win 2-0. Should have been 3-0, but Alex DeBrincat hustles back and prevents an empty netter. That was probably my favorite moment of the game. And that's kind of sad. But I thought that was a nice kind of little FU moment. But it really doesn't mean a whole lot. So unlike the Detroit game where there was excuses for losing that game, right? Getting in late, 3 a.m., back end of a back-to-back against the team with 3 days rest. Yeah, it was a worst team in the league. But Detroit just beat Tampa Bay tonight. Like I said, any team can beat any other team any given night. Happens. There was excuses for that game. Even though at this point of the season, you can't really have excuses with where the Hawks are. But there were no excuses tonight. Hawks just didn't have it. They didn't play well. Turned the puck over way too much. Couldn't pass the puck. Couldn't break out. Couldn't forecheck. Couldn't win puck battles. Couldn't win faceoffs. Just couldn't get it done. No excuses tonight. And, well, with 13 games left, this pretty much is the nail in the coffin. So, if you haven't already, start researching the draft prospects. The top 10. Because we're going to have another lottery pick this year. We had Boquist 2 years ago. We got Doc last year. we're probably going to get another good player again this year. So there are some good things on the horizon. We got some young talent. Don't be too down in the dumps about the current state of the Blackhawks. There's some promising stuff in the future. But right now, yeah, it's a little bit of struggle. And I understand why you may be upset. I'm upset too. But not as much as I am upset about the broadcast. And with that, I'm done talking about this game. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some sort of enjoyment out of it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.